Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Hash It Out Show. Sports guy, also joined by our special guest. You can hear him on Crescent City Sports. You can hear him on Max Preps. The one and only VK Jones. VK, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? How y'all doing? What's going on with you, bro? Another interesting week, man. And now we about to really get to the meat and potatoes this week, man. So it's good to be here tonight.
Potatoes, yes, indeed. Glad to have you. We're going to talk about what's about the high school football games of the LHSAA. We'll recap a little bit of what we thought about. We talk about a little LSU, but let's start off with the afternoon Saints and Bucks. Saints goes down 20-10 in the fourth quarter. VK Jones, I'll let you go first. Give a game and what happened.
Well, looking at a lot of the highlights on Sunday, I mean, well, what you could say about this game is more than anything. The New Orleans Saints defense really stepped it up once again, and they stepped it up big time on Sunday. But what else you can do about a team that can really give it all they got? It kind of reminded me of Warren Easton and Cadlick about a week ago, how that defense really played so well, but the offense couldn't really get it together, and the defense got tired at the end. So, but at the same time, you look at the culprits in this whole thing. One, you look at the officiating, which was up and down, very much up and down, especially some of them very questionable calls. The obvious thing what happened with Marshawn Lattimore, and it was just the fact of the matter is he should not have been ejected out the game. It was just the fact that just the fact that the ref wanted to call both Evans and Lattimore out of there. And it seemed like Evans and Lattimore, it just gonna continue to go at it. I don't know what it is or whatever. Now both I think Evans is suspended. Evans is suspended, and also I think is Lattimore suspended as well.
No.
Okay, good. Now Evans is just some cocky somebody who think he's all that and he an aggressor, but ain't nothing but a big old punk. So that's just what it is about Michael Evans. You know what I'm saying? He could be a better receiver. He don't get me wrong, he's nice. He's very nice. But at the same time, sometimes he's think he's bigger than he is and he's not. So, but plain and simply, he should have been on one ejected. You look at the end, some people try to argue me down because look, PJ Williams got burnt. I'm sorry. Why in the world is he still on the team? I don't freaking get it. I don't get it. Some people with CJ Gardner, but here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna move on. It doesn't matter what position CJ plays. CJ makes plays. PJ can't. He can't do it. I'll take somebody that's gonna make plays. I don't care what position they make. You gonna make the play, we'll take you. He brings an aggression. Some people say, he's gonna be, he could have been just no. He brings intensity. He brings something. He's that guy who has a rough patch. You need that kind of person on your team. And to me, I don't know what the Saints was thinking about training him. I understand about the money. It doesn't matter. The Saints could have worked out something to keep him because you need as many playmakers on your team and you can. So with that going forward, offensive side of the ball, and I'm gonna say this with Pete. I'm gonna say Pete called Michael ass on this one. James Winston, for maybe the first time, we've seen the Jameis we didn't want to see. And the Jameis that I was afraid of, and I've been told you about. Don't get blinded about the 5,000 yards. 37 interceptions means a god doggone lot. And I told you that. We got a taste of that Sunday. And I'm like, and looking at things and more than anything. Now, here's the other thing. Somebody mentioned this point and everything else. you could give Jameis a little bit benefit of the doubt, just a little bit. Because he's playing with, what, 4 screws in his back or something like that? In his back?
Four fractures. Four fractures.
Fractures in his back. So, what the world's going on here? And it's crazy. So, with that, I'm hoping we don't see this again from Jameis. And the thing about Jameis is this, regardless of his 4 vertebrae, read the progressions. If Olave can't get it, you got Thomas, you got Landry. Look at your other weapons. I don't want receiver. That's what he's got to do. Now to Pete Carmichael, you need to go to tempo offense. Tempo, and continue to run. You're looking like Sean Payton. Stop it. If you're going with something that works, stay with it. Don't change. So that's what Carmichael's got to do. To me, this is like a complete disaster that happened. And a lot of Saints fans confident. I like the confidence, but the Saints just got a rude awakening on Sunday. All right, they got a long way to go. They got work to do. Hopefully, they need to bounce back. And I'm gonna say this final thing. I'm gonna let you go ahead, Jared. The one thing I did not like, and I heard this from Saints fans after the game. I was working at the Superdome. I'm hearing this when they're walking out. Jameis sucks. Jameis sucks. We want Drew. Really? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing after one damn game. Really? I'm going to say this, and I'm going to move on. You know who we've been looking at lately? You know who we've been seeing lately? Then I had to call out some fan bases the last couple weeks, including including a school that's true near and dear to my heart, which we might talk about later. Because of the fact that some of y'all fans are ungrateful bastards and spoiled bastards as well. See, that's the problem. Instead of being grateful for what happened and what you have, you just go overboard and be like, oh, we need this guy back. Oh, we need... Really? That's how ignorant some of y'all Saints fans are. You need to get your head out your butt, wake up, and get ready for the next game. And stop being freaking ignorant. I digress. Go ahead, Jared. Say what you guys say.
My turn. Defense play lights out. You cannot take anything. They couldn't have played any better. Now, I don't know why they put P.J. Williams at the cornerback position that time. And we haven't seen P.J. play cornerback for about 2 years now. Line up, I knew then they were going to attack him. And you saw what happened. I would rather Roby and the rookie from Tennessee out there. I would have felt much better if the rookie got beat than PJ, because he's a rookie. What, 8 years now? Maybe a little longer? Got to know better vet. Number 2, I'm gonna go back at your thing. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson won his safety money. He did not play safety. If he went back and forth, I would understand it, which he is doing now in Philadelphia. So the Saints had to trade. They had to. I would. But Chauncey Gardner-Johnson never played a cornerback position with the Saints at Florida. So I really think Chauncey out there playing corner would have been P.J. Williams. That's just my opinion on the situation. Offensively, on a fumble and a defensive penalty that gave him a first down. 12 guys on the field. All turned around. When Mark Ingram fumbled that ball, it reminded me of the playoff game we lost to them. Instantly. Because we had momentum, and momentum was gone. Mistakes on defense like that, the 12 guys on the field, that stuff got me up. That happened at all when we got a 3 and out. The fight, I'm going to straight up say it, that whole thing. Tom Brady straight up started that whole fiasco. Mike Evans should be suspended. Marshawn Lattimore, not at all. I'm trying to figure out why he got a penalty. I'm trying to figure that out. Period. And those are two dudes that just don't like each other, and it's not the end, but for years to come. Now let's get to Jameis. Let's get to Jameis. Jameis had his first ever first one. Bad game. He threw 3 interceptions. What is Jameis' touchdown to interception ratio? What is it? It is 17 to 3 to 1. I think that's pretty good, if you ask me. Now, these so-called Saints fans, y'all just straight up fickle. Jameis' ninth game with the Saints, his first bad game, go to the bench. Really? That's where we're going with this? When Drew Brees hurt his thumb against the Los Angeles Rams a couple of seasons ago. And Teddy came in, and Teddy looked bad. Drew Brees never had any rest with the ones. Everybody was killing Teddy. Off the get and say, y'all need to chill out. Teddy can get the job done. And what did Teddy do? He went 4-0. Undefeated. Didn't lose anything. Be patient with Jameis. One bad game, and y'all ready to throw this guy away. When Drew Brees had games of 3 interceptions, y'all didn't say anything. Y'all kept quiet. And Drew Brees went to Atlanta and threw 5 interceptions. Y'all didn't say anything. Y'all told me you can't compare the two. I'm not comparing the two. I just want y'all to call a spade a spade. Came under the bus after one bad game. Brees had bad games. We couldn't win a ball down the field. But y'all ready to have no sins and want to cast the first stone on Jameis. Y'all fans fickle.
And
now, tell me something. If Jameis go many Sunday, tell me something then. But one game. Y'all need to have this man back for right now. Have his back. We 2 games in. Saints gonna be all right. Oh, and put this in y'all head. Y'all do realize the offense is designed, and we didn't have him. Jameis is my quarterback. I'm gonna ride with him. He messed up, but I'm not gonna do what y'all doing right now.
Straight over,
do what y'all big time, straight up.
And I think the NFL got some. I always said the NFL got something against the Saints, especially after Sunday. The hits that Jameis took, no flags, and then flags on Tom Brady. I'm like this. Tom Brady is the most protected quarterback I've ever seen. Yes, he is a legend, but at the same time, he's the most protected they've ever seen because they know they're not just their golden boy when he's playing, but when he retires, they want to protect him so much. I mean, it's a freaking shame how the NFL wanna conduct business like that. It's freaking obvious, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody say. Yeah, am I saying the NFL got something against the Saints? You're damn right they do. Always has, always will. It doesn't freaking stop.
Point said. Point said. Yeah, those fans had me on one, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just named under the bus like that. They had me on one. They had me on one. But I promise you, he's gonna bounce back next week.
He needs to.
So
He really. I think he
yeah.
can, but he needs to. But at the same time, they need to evaluate him medically a little more because that's huge with his full vertebrae. That's wow. So they need to evaluate him more. They need to protect him. They need to do everything they can. You know, the thing is, make sure he's 100%. Because the thing is, if he can't really get it down the field or whatever, you're gonna have to put Dalton in the game. So for Dennis Allen, he's got to be smart here. He's got to be very, very smart here, especially in this situation, because it's critical. You know, I would want Jameis to play bad myself, but I don't want him totally broken up. And not just that, I don't want him to be like Breeze that can't get the ball down the field. And that's big time trouble if they don't make a change quickly, if he don't get that thing down that field.
He will. Have faith in Jameis. Trust me too.
Okay. I'm not saying I don't have faith. I'm saying I want him to go forward. As just a fact, I just seen something that made me stop being a James fan years ago. So trust me, I just want him to continue to progress because when he went to Tampa and he be dude 37. I'm gonna say it again one more time. 37 interceptions is 37 interceptions. Then on top of that, the timing of the throws. I mean, that's not accurate. When you got receivers open, you overshoot under.
I'm gonna say this right.
I think like I said, he has improved since he got in the city. But I just hope this just don't continue. That's all it is.
I would say this. Not disagreeing with anything you said, but last year there, if you go back and look at highlights, some of the receivers stop running their routes. If you go back and look, you'll see Mike Evans had stopped on some routes. Some of them, I'm not putting it all on Jameis. I put most of it, and also 4 different offensive coordinators, and some of them did stop running routes. You have to go back and look. I promise you that.
But at the same time, I'm not saying I'm not saying I don't believe you. But looking at it both sides of the fence, yeah, there might have been some times receivers that have stopped running. But there were times receivers was open and he overthrew.
I ain't disagreeing with you on that. Yeah.
It's crazy, but I'm just hoping this does not continue.
All right. Now, LSU had a game Saturday night, and I was kind of impressed with LSU. It looks like they're getting better down early to Mississippi State and fought back and came back and won the game by a score of 31-16. Looks like everyone is getting better, especially Jaden Daniels. What's your take on it?
Big ups going to LSU, man. What a resilient win for them. What a resilient win. I mean, they're down and, big time props to Daniels, proving that he's the starting quarterback. And LSU fans can shut up. He's the man. Then on top of that, I'm not the biggest fan of Brian Kelly, but big props to Brian Kelly. They made some big adjustments in that late that first half to the second half to take charge to win that game against Mississippi State and a talented Mississippi State team at that. So, man, that's big for them, and that's going to build for them going forward. Now, some of the LSU fans talking about, man, we might win the SEC West. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Take it 1 week at a time. Don't jump the freaking gun. SEC is loaded this year. Again. So, and it might be as loaded as they might be more loaded this year than last year. So hold the phone because I got them winning. I got them maybe getting to third place in the SEC, in my opinion. I don't even have Alabama winning the West. That's how bold I'm looking at this whole SEC, because it's gonna be that tough and that wild. So I'm telling you, LSU fans need to take it 1 week at a time, slow your roll. But a big win for LSU, big time props to them.
Big time win. Tulane going to Kansas State and winning 17-10 for Willie Fritz and his program. Tulane is 3-0. Southern Miss coming into town. I'm a season ticket holder for Tulane football, and I'm kind of excited from what right now. And I expect another victory to go 4-0 conference play. But man, what are your thoughts about Tulane as we speak?
Man, I wish I could go with you Saturday night. I wish I could go with you because I got to be somewhere else. But I wish I can go with you against Southern Miss. That should be a real interesting game. Tulane got a big signature win on the road against a good Kansas State team. And I mean, that's big for Willie Fritz. I think this is a big time redemption tour for Tulane. And I ain't gonna lie, the way it's looking in the American Conference, to me, if they beat Southern Miss Saturday, look out. They're going to be a contender in the American Conference. They're going to be a factor in the American Conference race for the conference championship. Saturday is going to be big. Let's see if Tulane can turn it up another notch. If they turn up another notch, get a win against an improving Southern Miss team. They get that win at home, man, sky's the limit for Willie Fritz, Michael Pratt, and the Tulane Green Wave.
All right. Before we get football in the state of Louisiana, VK Jones, you go first. What are some of your thoughts
Of last week?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My thoughts of last week. What a week last week. I mean, you look at all the big victories, the St. Augustine Purple Knights, 3-0 on the season. And I mean, an unbelievable comeback against Zachary. Down 17-3. Even though Eli Holstein is out for 4 to 6 weeks, and that's big for Zachary right there. But a huge comeback for St. Augustine. And a big shout out to Karaz Johnson. He caught the game-winning touchdown against Zachary. That is actually David Johnson, the assistant coach of Florida State's son, who made the game-winning. And he has been coming up this year for the Purple Knights. So they are looking great. You look at, and how about the Kennedy Cougars? I mean, not just a big win, a shutout over at St. Amant. So now they're 3-0. They go on the road this week against Helen Cox. But Leonard's Elphage has a great team. They're looking really, really legit. Arnold Barnes last week, probably one of the biggest performances of the season. He is the prep player of the week this week for Crest City Sports with 381 and 5 total touchdowns. And I mean, you look at him, it was unbelievable. But then you look at Saturday night, which was the shocker to me. In the car in Easton, we knew the game would be a great game, but big shout out to Coach Toe on the 1008 Sports podcast, the coach of the game. I kind of felt how he felt. The excitement of that game went out of my spirit, especially in the second half. Carr made a huge statement. I did not expect 67 points on the board against a Warren Easton team. Did not expect that at all. And then also the biggest thing about Easton, I feel bad for Jerry Phillips. I really do this time. They had a whole bunch of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, especially on Saturday night. And man, it's going to be do or die this week for them against Booker T. It's going to be a do or die game. They got 2 tough ones coming up against Booker T and Everett. And they got to get back up quickly. I know they're going to be, I know, Jerry, you said that they're going to be okay, but I don't know. The defensive injuries is critical. And I'm telling you, this is the most injuries Jerry Phillips has faced probably in his tenure. So people are going to have to step up quickly, especially with 2 tough games coming up.
Yeah, that car on the game, that the score was very, very 67-20 victory. Yeah, they got some injuries, but still, all in all, man, the performance from the Car Cougars, man, and offensively, defensively, all 3 phases of the game. I did not think St. Charles Catholic would have lost in Lafayette to Turley's Catholic. St. Charles, that was a shocker to me. I didn't see that happening. Newman down 32-14 to Benton to come back and win 2. Man, I really feel that this Newman team is something special. I really do. It's something about this team, man, and they've beaten 4 Hornville, Benton. They have power, man, and it's still about to get tougher. So I have to tip my hat to some great ball.
And you got to think, Newman got to go to Manny in a couple weeks.
No, this week we're gonna talk about.
Oh, it's this week.
It's this week. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Takes from this past week, week 3 for the LHSAA High School. Let's get into week 4. Let's talk about these games. A couple Thursday night games we got to take on Sophie B. Wright. Higgins winless. I got Sophie B. Wright. I think it'll be closer than what people will expect, but I have Sophie B. Wright.
I'm going to agree with you on this one. It's going to be really, really close. I got Sophie B winning this one. Higgins played really outstanding last week against West Jeff. They played really outstanding, only losing 6-0. But at the same time, I really think that, Sophie B look like they continue to get better every week. And I think it's going to be really close. But Sophie B will pull it out.
So we both picking Sophie B. Wright. All right. Oh, another one I think is going to be close. Grace take on Riverdale. I think it's going to be a close game. Might be the best game. I'm just saying, it might be. Very close game. I think if Grace King can limit their mistakes, they can get this win over Riverdale. I'm going to go with Grace.
I don't think this game is going to even be close. I got Grace King by 2-3 touchdowns. I got Grace King by 2-3 touchdowns. Riverdale, there's a reason why they're on the bottom. If Grace King has a great start to the ball game, it's not going to be close.
All right, we both got Grace King. Ken on Patrick Taylor. I got Kenner Discovery. The talent, and they'll get the win over Patrick Taylor.
This is going to be a great ball game. Coach Kenny Bourgeois going against PJ Sparks. That is going to be a great ball game in itself. That should come down to the wire. I got Kenner Discovery. I think the experience is going to come up big in this great ball game this week. It's going to be really good.
All right. Night games. What we talked about just a little while ago. 3-0. Going up the road to northern Louisiana to take on Manny. We have Arch Manning, one of the best quarterbacks in the rank, number 1 in most of the nation polls. And then you have, to me, the best lead of Louisiana from Manny, who is going to Southern Cal. Tackett. Manny got a lot of size, a lot of beef. They got speed. It's going to be a good one. I think Newman gets it done in a close one. I think Newman gets the job done. I think Nelson Stewart finds a way. I got Newman.
I think this game's close. Manny is actually near Central Louisiana, not North Louisiana. That's okay.
My fault.
They're near Central Louisiana. Good program. Both programs really, really good. Coach Curtis and also Coach Nelson Stewart. You know, it's going to be really tight, but I got Newman winning this game in a tight one. And I'm like this. If Newman pulls this off against Manny, in my opinion, this is Newman's year to win it all. This is Newman's year to win it all. If they beat Manny, I can definitely say this is Newman's year to win it all. Finally.
There's no LCA stopping Newman this year because LCA moved up.
Right. Exactly.
In Baton Rouge, St. taking on Catholic of Baton Rouge. I'll let you go first.
It's going to be another good game right here. St. Thomas More off to a really good start. Catholic, they're doing what they usually do. They've been playing a very tough schedule themselves. That's definitely going to come down to a wire. And I got Catholic taking it at home by a field goal. It's going to be a really classic ball game. Wouldn't be surprised. It might be a 2017 or 17-14 ball game. But these teams are going to go at it. It's an evening match game. But I like Catholic by a field goal.
Yeah, I think it's another close game. I think STM both sides of the ball. But I think Catholic gets it done by at least 4. Sheldon Sampson gets the ball for a touchdown game winner. I got Catholic of Baton Rouge winning. Another big game. Ruston, 2-1. Coming down to take on Lafayette Christian Academy. You can go first on this one.
Whew. That's a tough one to pick. That's a very tough one to pick. You know, LCA's been really playing good. They had a huge win last week against Jesuit. They had to come back and win that ball game. So, you know, LCA, you know, Trev Falk and his squad, they really are trying to get things together, get things rolling. Ruston, they're bouncing back, especially after coming off the loss against Easton. You know, I'm leaning towards Ruston. Leaning towards Ruston. Pull it off. This is one of those games that, and like I said, Ruston is some road warriors. They're not intimidated of where they're going. They know LCA is good. They know they're great, but Ruston's not going to be intimidated. They're going to be ready to go. It's going to be close. I got Ruston pulling this thing off.
LCA, they beat them 38-21. Then they played Woodlawn of Baton Rouge, 33-6. Came down to Jesuit the other day. Beat Jesuit 28-25. These are some tough teams Lafayette Christian has had on their schedule. And another one in Ruston. Academy defeating Ruston. I do. I just don't see Christian Academy right now. I just don't see it. I don't see nobody on that schedule. Westgate or STM, maybe. But Academy defeating Ruston. Front, I got the Crusaders. I know Tory Lambert is injured. But even with him being in, defeating Washita.
Wow, that's some big news. That's some big news right there. I mean, that's going to hurt Brother Martin a lot. But I got Brother Martin big. Washita is not as strong as there is. I said last week, and I was right. The inexperience was going to kick in against St. Thomas more. But not this week. Not this week. Washita is not as strong. Brother Martin should run over him this week. And I don't know where your boy at. I don't know where your boy at, because you know, I know he'll usually say something about Brother Martin, but you know, yeah, y'all gonna get the win. Y'all gonna get the win this week, Reggie. Y'all gonna get the win this week.
That I know for sure. All right. Honorable Bruins on the Archbishop Shaw Eagles. Eagles got to clean up some things. Eagles got to keep containment, have outside containment. They cannot let a running back just keep bouncing to the outside 10-plus yard gains. That has to stop. We got to be able to execute on offense. We got to get the ball in the hands of Mike Williams. They're good. That is a must. That being said, they should win this game. And I'm going to say by at least 21. I got the Eagles over the Bruins.
Shaw should just run all over Bonneville. Bonneville got a new staff. They're doing a lot. It's a lot of work to do over there. But at the same time, I think Mike Williams is a breakout game. He'll get maybe about $125, $150, and 2 touchdowns. David Kinsey probably get 150 and about 3. So it'll be Shaw big. Shaw big. There ain't gonna be no doubt.
All right. Charles Allen, Shaw Eagles with the win. You picked your school to win this week. We both picked Grace King.
All I know, Charles, your team better handle your business. Y'all better look good for me. I said some big words about Grace King and Riverdale. Y'all better handle up. Don't make me look bad. Please don't make me look bad.
We got the Carver Rams coming to Alcaneers. I'm going to go first. Carver. I think Carver get the job done. It can be easy, but I think Carver gets the win over Landry.
Well, this is something else with Landry's schedule. It's something it's a blessing for them, because the first 4 weeks they did not have to leave the Algiers area. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is their last home game before they finally hit the road and everything. So, you know, we're gonna look at things, you know, and here's the thing, it should be a good game between each other. I actually cannot pick the game. Reason why I cannot pick the game, I actually have been called for a favor to do public address for that game on Friday. Hank Brady usually does it, but he's booked for another game. So he's asking me to do a favor. So a favor for a friend. I'm not going to pick it, but it should be a very good game. And I ain't going to lie, Landry is getting better, especially the performance last week against East St. John. They are getting better. It's going to be a good ball game Friday night.
Awesome. James Bouye, he says, get on the show next week.
we might if Grace King wins, we might have Charles Allen on there. Charles, yeah, if y'all win, please come prepared for the interview. Come prepared for the interview. We don't want to hear smack talk. We just want to hear you to promote your school and talk about the turnaround. You know, we want to hear the Grace King story. That's all we want to hear when we bring you on, and we probably have you on as a guest picker, like on game day, and maybe just put a record up and see what others do. I don't know. That's my idea to Jared. That's on him if he wants to do celebrity pickers or whatever.
He said Shaw with the win. Yes, sir. Definitely. We all
Colin
agree
Johnson.
with that. Yes. All right. Now, this game is the most talked about game when it's time for these two teams to play. Like that for the past couple of years. We need to get it back some type of way. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about Hornville versus Destrehan. And a lot of Hornville people, but anyway, it's Hornville, it's Destrehan, and it's at Hornville has to get the passing game going some type of way. You got two big receivers that can run. You got to get them the ball. You got a couple running backs with speed. You got to open up holes. Destrehan got the better coaching. They got good, but they have the best player on the field at quarterback. That is Jai Eugene. Destrehan beats Hornville, and I mean they beat them big. Smoking right now. They are untouchable. Destrehan big.
This is what I think about Destrehan and Hornville this season.
A lot of people.
This is what I think. Because trust me, this Hornville has won 2 straight. I give them the credit. Bouncing back after losing to Newman. I give them the credit. Destrehan is on a whole nother level. They're on a whole nother level. I think this might be Marcus Scott's year to not just get to the dome, but win a championship. Finally in his coaching career. Marcus Scott has done a great job, consistent over the years. This is probably his best all-around team. Probably better than the John Eric team he took to the semis. That's how good this Destrehan team is. This game's not going to be close. Not at all. All Destrehan, all day, all the time.
Hornville fans, I love y'all out of debt. Family went to Hornville. Y'all leaving early.
It's just not y'all year. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's just not y'all year, man. Y'all gonna be looking like 93 when St. Aug gave y'all the initiation in 5A, and 95 when y'all had the luckiest run I've ever seen a team get to the dome. It's just not this year, buddy. Just not this year.
Moving on. John Curtis to take on. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be a good one.
The start of the Catholic League.
Yes. But guess what? John Curtis. I'm rolling with JT on this one. I think Curtis team than it was last year. I got John Curtis.
I'm agree with you on that one. I got John Curtis winning. I think that win at Oak Grove is really going to really help this team catapult going forward. It's going to be a close game against Jesuit. I think Coach Manali is going to have them ready to go. But I like JT Curtis carrying that momentum, getting a big win against Jesuit.
Okay. Those Kennedy Cougars, 3-0. Kennedy Cougars coming to take on Helen Cox. Linares Elfage is doing a wonderful job, and he's got these boys playing hard. And man, they're getting better every week. To St. Amar and won 21-0. And now they play Helen Cox. Helen Cox, and it's big. It's big. Kennedy.
Expect this game to be close early. I think Emmanuel Powell is going to have them ready. Cox has been playing a little tough. They have not, they've not really been laying down. So, Helen Cox, a little bit of an improved team this year. I like Kennedy to have a huge second half and win that ball game. But I really expect that first half to be close. Emmanuel Powell is going to have Cox ready to battle Cougars on Friday night. It's going to be an interesting one in Memphis. So I'm going to go with the Cougars. Kennedy Cougars will go 4-0. It won't be easy, but it'll be a big second half for Kennedy to get it done.
All right. Carlin Johnson defeats Curtis. All right. Charles Allen says Kennedy by 2 touchdowns. All right. And James Bouye says this could be a trap. Okay. Could be. They just can't overlook them.
Big shout out to James Bouye, man. Good. That's a good point. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a little bit that, I was thinking that Cox could come there ready to play. It's gonna be interesting early. But I'm like, Kennedy, once they settle down, they'll start rolling. Like if Kennedy goes 4-0, look at the bigger test that they got the week after. Live Oak. If they go, I'm like, and I said this last week, and I was on the 1008 show, and we interviewed also Leonard's Elphage. If Kennedy goes 5-0, wins the next 2 and goes 5-0, look out. Potentially, Kennedy might finish the season undefeated. The only toughest game right after that, not taking none light of that district. The only toughest game right after those 2 games will be against Livingston. And Livingston is legit. They are really legit. That could be Kennedy's challenger for the district championship. So I'm telling you, this Kennedy team, and if they win these next 2 weeks, that power ranking for Kennedy is going to be mighty high. So for that, and if Livingston keeps winning, that helps the district tremendously.
Definitely. Everyone, St. Paul's at Slidell. I ran into last week sometime. I ran into him, talked to him for a few minutes. And good catching up with Coach Malta Scopel. Great guy, man. And one hell of a man. He's gonna have this Slidell team become 3-1. Slidell gets the win over St.
I agree. I think Malta Scopel has done a great job over there, and he's in the right position right now, right place, right time. And St. Paul's has been really up and down. They played probably one of the best games of the season against LHSAA last week in the loss. They played much, much better. But it's gonna be maybe a close game. But Slidell, I think Slidell pulls away at the end. Slidell will go 3-1 on the season. And speaking of Reggie, hi Reggie.
Yeah,
we see your comment.
I see it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. We picked BM too. Yeah. Yeah. You might as well just dump one of your rings out and just go get your BM one. How about that? You can go buy it.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
All right.
He said Scope was a freshman. Cool. Okay. Cool. Malta Scope was a good guy, man. Really, really good guy. And I wish him the best because we talked a couple of times. He's been a guy that's been working through the system and trying to be in the right position in his coaching career.
My other good friend,
shot fired.
Cool Breeze Bates, Coach Bates said Reggie Gaines.
We gotta have Coach Bates on the show one week. We gotta really have him on the show this week, man. I mean, great guy overall. Been knowing him since way back. You know what I'm saying? I even had him as a color analyst. He was unbelievable. He really grew as a color analyst and everything for me, man. Shout out to you. We gotta have you on for 1 week, straight up.
Yeah, gotta have Coach Bates. I'm with that. He's a traitor, man. Traitor. He's a traitor. At Booker T. Washington, yes, Warren Easton has been hammered with injuries. Big win over John Arrett, Arnold Barnes, close to 400 yards. Again, I still say Warren Easton gets the win over Booker T. Washington. Phillips will have his squad ready to play. Next guy up, that's the mentality now. And no excuses. It is what it is. Part of the game. I still got Warren Easton beating Booker T. Washington.
Whew, this one's gonna be tough. This one's gonna be tough too. I like, Warren Easton really gonna be coming out to play. They know this is a do or die ball game and everything else. But Booker T, they got some determination in them. This team has been playing a lot of close games, tough schedule. And Coach Wayne Reese, he said it last week after the Eric game. We're working hard to have a very good and determined program. I'm leaning towards Booker T pulling off this win. It's gonna be a great ball game because of the fact you got Fred Robertson going against Arnold Barnes. That's gonna be that's gonna be box office in itself. I wish I can just go and go to this game, but I got called for a favor. But that's gonna be a great game. But I'm leaning towards Booker T to win this ball game on Friday in a close one.
All right. Look at Reggie says. Just got hammered last week. Yeah, they got him. But I still think they're going to beat Booker T. Washington. It's just my a good friend, Georgie Pepper, says it'll be a blowout for Easton.
George, I get what you're saying, but George, Easton got injuries everywhere on the defensive side. And please go look at Booker T's schedule and look how close their games have been. Booker T ain't no punk. Booker T bringing the heat. It's going to be a big game. They're looking for another signature win. If they can get 2 straight wins, that'll be huge momentum going into their district. So, like I said, this is going to be close, but I don't see no blowout. Not at all. And then the thing about Booker T, yeah, they got strong running game, cool breeze, but also they got a good offensive line. That offensive line got size on them. And if they can run at Easton's defense, especially with the injuries, they take advantage. It's going to be interesting.
Now, as we get, well, not yet, almost.
We're almost there.
Easton struggles against the run. That was very evident. Very evident. Carl was able to run the ball 22-3, man, from the highlight to run that ball on those boards.
And the thing about it, you look at Vasquez, everybody talk about Chris Vasquez. He is the guy, but I said it before the season started. DeAndre Jackson.
That's the guy right there.
X factor. Because this fool has a combination of power and speed. And he brought it out, and that was his coming out party. So, but at the same time, Easton has some key injuries. The D-line could do what they can, but you got Jared Johnson out. You got another linebacker might be out. It's not good when you got those other key guys not there to pick it up. So it's like I said, we're gonna see what happens coming up Friday.
I'll tell you what, though, I love to see David Kinsey and DeAndre in a race. I know they both track guys too. I know Kinsey runs a 10-8 and 100. I don't know what DeAndre won, but I love to see those two go at it one-on-one in a race. That'd be nice to see.
I wouldn't be surprised on
what is called? Yeah, on the ball ran a 10-8 too, right?
I think so. I don't know. If he runs track too, it's that stuff right there makes you want to go out to a track meet. All I could do is one. I'm sorry. I can't do track, but all I could do is maybe one.
Carr going to do in the Catholic League. I tell you what, Reggie. A lot of that this Saturday. I'm telling you now. That question will be answered in a little bit because Carr and Hog is our last topic. So moving on. Jeff, we'll play McDonough 35. It's tough for the Buccaneers to West, Jeff. That's a tough one for me.
Okay. You made your pick? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I got West Jeff. West Jeff.
Wow. You got West.
I got West Jeff, baby.
McDonough 35 and not even close. I got Mac 35 and then not even close. And that'll be 3 straight wins for the Ron Eagles.
Okay. All right. Very good point. Very good point.
Yes.
Very good point.
And that's the point. And we're on the same page, Cool Breeze. We're on the same page. Because I said that at the beginning of the season. Carr has experience and Carr has depth. You need those two in the Catholic League. You need those two basically. And some people are saying, "Oh, Carr not." Let me tell you something right now. This is not Slidell. This is not Chalmette. This is the most ready team to be in the Catholic League. They'll be the most ready team since John Curtis came into the league. So trust me, teams like that who has been in the trenches for a minute, been successful, those kind of teams can come in the Catholic League and maybe change the game and make an impact. Not wannabe teams that want to be there. And thank goodness for Chalmette and Slidell being successful in other districts instead of just staying in the Catholic League. Thank goodness for them leaving. And ask about De La Salle, how they just never didn't have to come back to the Catholic League again, how successful their programs have become.
All right, to the Saturday games. Bogalusa coming down to take on John Ehret. Ehret is 0. I'll let you go first. Will Ehret become 0-4?
It's going to be a tough one. I believe this is homecoming for Ehret, I think it might be homecoming. I don't know. Might not be, but they're playing a rare Saturday afternoon. I'm gonna lean towards Ehret this time. Bogalusa is really gonna be ready to play. It's gonna be tight. Bogalusa's they're gonna have it on their mind to kick Ehret's behind. But I think Ehret will some way somehow pull it out.
Me and Coach Bates agree. Upset special. We both got Bogalusa. I just don't know. I always say, things about Ehret. I want him to win, but I just don't have no confidence, no faith in Ehret. After last week, I don't. I
don't have it either.
Comes down, they upset him.
I don't have it either, but at the same time, Bogalusa has an awesome offense. Defensively, they're up and down. That's why I'm leaning towards Ehret. That's the only way. That's the only thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bogalusa will pull it off. But I think Ehret will probably pull it off, and it'll be a close one. It might be not just that; it'll probably be another shootout like last week.
Shootout wouldn't surprise me. Coach Bay says Boog been putting in work. You know who Boog is?
You might be talking about the offensive coordinator over at Bogalusa.
Okay. Carlin Johnson says John Ehret gets their first win. Okay.
I'm gonna agree with that, man.
All right. Holy Cross takes on Rumble. They beat Shaw with 3 plays. Just 3. I know they beat a good ULab team, but I'm just not impressed with Rumble. Not at all. And then we got Holy Cross, who runs one type of defense. Everything man. Everything man. I'm stuck, but I'm going to go with Rumble on this one? Coach Salt and Holy Cross.
Should be an interesting game on Saturday. Roma made a lot of great adjustments. They ran the ball very well and everything else. Holy Cross made some big adjustments, and I hate to say it, I gotta give Tommy Connors a little bit of credit. He made a good adjustment in the second half and shut down that run game of Chalmette. And the thing about Chalmette, even with the loss, even with Holy Cross, even with the loss of Cross Johnson, they still got rappers like Kobe Young. They got these two running backs that are really, really nice. They run the ball well. And Canatelli is not that bad of a quarterback either. He can throw the football. You know, it should be a close game Saturday. I got the Holy Cross Tigers pulling us big win off and getting Holy Cross to 3-1. Coach Salt doing a great job with the program. Like I said, it's something about that third year with Coach Salt. Magic happens. You've seen it in his past programs. The third year. And it's gonna he gave me a nod last week after the game against Chalmette. He's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So trust me, I believe that Magic is gonna. Yeah, I said it before the season. This is an improved team, and we're gonna see on Saturday. I got Holy Cross over Roma.
All right, I'm taking on Haynes. Where Coach Bates at? Coach Bates, where you at?
There you go.
Hey, Thomas Jefferson will not be Haynes. Not happening. Haynes, Jefferson. I got Haynes.
You got Haynes? Wow.
Jefferson, baby.
Wow. He's going with Haynes.
Grace King.
Well, when you look at it, I think it's gonna be close. I think, now Thomas Jefferson trying to, go to 3-1. They call this the Nerd Bowl. That's what they call this each and every year. Seriously. No, seriously, that's the name of the rivalry.
I know you're serious. Wow.
Yeah. They call this the Magnet Bowl / Nerd Bowl with these two teams. When they that was the only two like magnet Jefferson Parish schools when they first opened. So that's why they play each other every year no matter what. And they called it actually the Magnet Bowl. So that's what I meant to say. They call it the Magnet Bowl. So sorry I didn't mean to, but they also put a name on that too with Nerd Bowl. But it'll be an interesting game, but I got Thomas Jefferson winning this one. It'll be close. It's almost similar to like an Army-Navy game. So it'll be Thomas Jefferson with the win.
All right.
Wait, cool, Bree. Wait. You say you picking TJ? Wait, Coach Bates. I'm gonna ask you this. You must not be at Haynes no more.
No, he had Haynes. He's the girls' basketball coach now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Welcome back to the game. We gotta talk, Coach. I got your contact. We gotta talk, Coach. I had a feeling we had a conversation before, but I didn't know that. I'm happy for you. Congrats. So, but we definitely gonna talk because, man, yeah. Mm-hmm. See, Coach Bates, that's what I love about him. He'll tell it. He'll tell it like it is.
All right. Now to probably the game of the week out here. The St. Aug Purple Knights. They saying they're 3-0 here so far. That DeSoto game didn't count, is what they're saying. It was just an exhibition. Purple Knights taking on the Car Cougars. I will let VK Jones get his thoughts off first.
Well, I don't know. I see something on the TV. You might be seeing the same time as me. It's interesting, but that's something we'll talk another time on. It's kind of wrestling related and it's kind of epic. But we'll talk off air about that. Cause I'm just floored of what I just seen on the television. But
tomorrow we'll talk about it.
Okay, cool.
Because soon we get off, I gotta roll. Yeah.
Yeah. But First of all, I cannot make a pick because I do have an announcement. St. Aug and the car will be on Crescent City Sports. They'll be on Crescent City Sports this Saturday night. Kickoff is for 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Tag Gormley Stadium. Myself and Ro Brown will have the call of the game on Saturday. The legendary Ro Brown. Myself will have the call on Saturday. So it's going to be a great game, evenly matched. And to me, probably the game of the year. Probably the game of the year 2022. Nick Foster, former in the Cougar, West Banker, and now going against his guy, mentor, and I think they probably played together at Call. Bryce Brown. It's gonna be one great ball game. It's gonna be a barn burner. AJ Samuel going against Amari Cooper, who's been really coming up for the Purple Knights. You got what? Chris Vasquez, DeAndre Jackson. You got Karaz Johnson. It's gonna be unbelievable. It is going to be what JR said, a slobber knocker. So it is going to be great. Expect the crowd. Expect Reggie. No. No, Reggie. No, Reggie. No, Reggie. Stop. Reggie, stop. Stop. I know what you're doing. You're trying to troll and it ain't gonna work. Stop.
Try to troll. Big time.
Stop. Oh my God. All right. I need everybody on the comments to get Reggie, please, because he's going out of control right now. But I think, yeah. I think this is gonna be a great game. Expect a huge crowd because Carr was supposed to host this at Berman, but at halftime of that game Saturday, they made the change because they knew the crowd was going to be much bigger, especially with the St. Aug faithful. They wasn't going to fit all them people at Berman. They putting in that tag. Expect 10 to 12,000 up in that piece on Saturday. If you're coming to the game Saturday, get there early. Get there early. It is going to be packed, and that's how big this game is going to be on Saturday. I cannot wait to bring it to you on Saturday.
My turn. This game gonna have more people than what Tulane gonna have at their game. That's a fact, bro.
That's a fact.
Fact.
I think Tulane people is probably might sell their ticket and come over the tag. Cause they know how big this is gonna be. Even people
can sell it.
I think some people from the Rummel and Holy Cross game might find a way to stay back, get a ticket, and come for this. That's how big this game is.
Pictures of the Warren Easton car game, and I saw standing room only part was just ridiculous. So they made the right call then to move this game to tag on. This is gonna be a good game. You got talent everywhere on both sides of the ball for both. And like Coach Bay says, man, it's gonna come down in the trenches. Definitely. Whoever can get the running game going to help will get the win. And I think, with that being said, Samuel finds a way and finds a sophomore can never remember what he got offers from days from LSU and other schools. Wide receiver, he finds him, and that's your game winner. Wins by a touchdown and an extra point. I got the St. Aug Purple Knights, And if that happens, Cadillac did in there. Yeah, Carr made a statement last week. But if they beat St. Cadillac needs to be on notice now that Carr is here over the Cadillac League in his first year. I got the Carr Cougars.
Interesting. And even if I didn't call the game, it was going to be a hard pick for me. It was going to be a really hard pick between both of these teams because that's how evenly matched it is. Now, see, Reggie, there you go again. There you go again. You sound just like a fool last year where you talked about Catholic. The only thing about Catholic that happened was against Woodlawn, and it was just starting to slip a little bit. But Catholic wound up winning the whole thing last year. So let's get that correctly. So my thing is, you said St. Aug is overrated. Okay. I'm going to break this down to you one time. I'm not going to argue with you or anything. It's your opinion. Your opinion is what it is, Reggie. It's what it is. St. Aug held the number 6 team in the country to 6 points for 3.5 quarters. I'm going to say it again. It's the number 6 team in the nation to 6 points to 3.5 quarters. Okay. Now, okay. Here's the thing about that. Then St. Aug, so far, before they faced Zachary, they only gave up 7 points. Their defense only gave up 7 points in 2 games. They go on the road to Zachary. Now, Eli Holstein did get hurt. That is a factor. But St. Aug came back from a 17-3 lead to win that game. Zachary has been unstoppable, unblemished, 17-game winning streak. These cats are good regardless of the fact. All got it done. They are on a roll. It don't matter what you say. Brother Martin, and I'm going to say it once and again, and it looked like how it was last week. Brother Martin is inexperienced, and now Tory Lambert's hurt. So you have to think about this. You have an inexperienced squad, Reggie. Brother Martin lost a lot. I said it this year. The 3 biggest teams that has experience that could make a push in the Cat League: Holy Cross, St. Aug, and the Car. I said those 3 teams in the beginning before the season started. Jesuit Brother Martin lost a lot. Curtis lost a good bit. But I would give Curtis a little bit of a chance. Rummel returned a good bit. But I said Brother Martin and Jesuit could make a run later because that team could come together. But right now, you're jumping the gun with Brother Martin. Not saying they're not a bad team at all. But don't take the Purple Knights lightly. Don't you take it in the Car lightly. And the Car is the type of team to put the foot on the gas and that's it. Don't get me wrong. This Car going to take a hit. They'll take a hit. But they're going to get right back up. They got the depth. They got the experience. It's a difference. So we'll see what happens. And I think, and brother, here's the thing about Brother Martin. Why are you talking about Brother Martin anyway? You couldn't be judged with a second time. So stop it. And it ain't just the fact you didn't beat judged with a second time. They held you to 3 points in the semis after you're scoring over 35. Talk to me when Brother Martin finally gets to the finals. That's when you talk. When Brother Martin finally gets to the finals. They ain't cracked the finals since the 70s.
Let me say this. Reggie, don't be coming back to Shaw. We don't want you. We don't want you, bro. You're a traitor. Big traitor. Coach Bates, the key defensive spy when the car goes tempo. Yeah, good point.
Good point. Good point. Good point, Coach Bates. Very good point. It's going to be interesting to see, especially with the defensive coordinator, what he does especially with Carr and their tempo.
But you, Brother Martin story. Brother Martin got to the Dome in 1989. Man,
They ain't won nothing. I'm talking about now, bro.
Man, come on now, man. Get out of here, man. It's over 30 years ago almost.
And where you and where he was, he probably was at St. Thomas More game. He probably didn't come to the Shaw reunion.
Nah. Man, yes indeed. So everybody that tuned in, we thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll be back next week with another show. BK Jones this week calling the St. All Card game Saturday at 6 o'clock on radio.
On Crest City, actually gonna be on Sports. Crest City Sports Saturday.
Sports, right?
Yeah, Crest City Sports. It'll be on video live. It's gonna be great, man. Myself, Ro Brown with the call. Looking forward to it. If you wanna, if you wanna catch Jared with his wrestling, he's got the Overtop Road Wrestling Show. So catch him. He'll have some shows coming up. If you want to catch me later, I'll be on the 1008 Sports Culture of the Game show. That'll be around 10 o'clock. So, but appreciate you having me on, man. It's always good. Me and Ro Brown, it is going to be a fun time. I appreciate Crest City Sports for giving me the opportunity to call this game. It was kind of hard because at first we wanted to try to get that game, but at first it was supposed to be at Berman, but Berman always got some kind of issues with signals and stuff. But once that game was moved, I jumped on with Trey Hand and Lenny Van Gilder, and we got the ball started rolling when they heard the news. And yeah, Saturday night, it's on. They're giving me the opportunity to call it. So, I'm gonna be prepared and ready, man. It's gonna be probably another VK Jones classic.
My good friend.
I can put a stamp on it, baby.
JB. We see y'all next week.